that one. Joining us now, my friend Larry Kudlow, Trump's senior economic advisor during the campaign, Newsmax finance insider, CNBC senior contributor, host of the Larry Kudlow Show on Cumulus Radio, and author of JFK and the Reagan Revolution, A Secret History of American Prosperity. Hello, sir.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
Do we have so much to talk about? Let me start with the fact that Donald Trump tweeted this out. Let's put these up here, that he is leaving his business. He's going to have a press conference. I'll be holding a major news conference in New York with my children on December 15th to discuss the fact that I will be leaving my business. Anyway, I'll do this under the law. I feel it's vitally important as president to in no way have a conflict of interest with my various businesses. So what do you think, Larry?
I knew he would. It's a sensible thing to do. I mean, I've never doubted that he would do that. People just attacking him and nitpicking him and ankle biting him for this stuff. The guy built a fabulous business, and his family can run that business, and they'll figure out the legal ways to separate him so he can run the country, grow the country, create jobs, give us border security, and trash and destroy ISIS. How's that?
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. Now, the first accomplishment has already been reached because Donald Trump also tweeted out, let's go to 133, he also tweeted out this, I will be going to Indiana on Thursday to make a major announcement concerning Carrier air conditioning staying in Indianapolis. Great deal for workers. So he had said during the campaign, if Carrier and companies like them think they're going to fire their employees here, go to Mexico, make air conditioners and sell them here, make a huge profit, they got another thing coming. He already cut a deal to prevent that.
Well, I think, I don't know what the deal is precisely. I'm glad the workers are staying. I think the key point here is that Trump's tax reforms, particularly his business tax reforms, are going to make it so hospitable to stay in the United States that we won't have to worry about companies leaving or taking their cash overseas. And this is the key point here. He wants a 15% tax rate for large and small companies. He's also cutting personal tax rates to make the workers have better after-tax wages. But the point is, if you cut the tax, give businesses more incentives and more profits, you have full immediate cash expensing for investment, bring the repatriate the money overseas back. Why would they leave? That's the key point. If we create new incentives to stay, they will stay. So I'm sure part of his pitch to Carrier, United Technologies, is I am going to pass this bill and I'm going to make this a great place for you to do business. So you'll grow your business at home and you won't have to leave. I think that's the underlying issue.
How about also the fact that that company also has a couple of $1 billion contract with the U.S. government for fighter jet parts or engines, and that could have certainly entered into it as well. As a deal maker, he has to take all that into consideration, no?
Yes, but I like the incentive model better, to tell you the truth. I really do. I don't like crony capitalism, positive or negative. I mean, I know the federal government has leverage. I get that. If that's part of the conversation.
Well, they have the deal already. It's not like he offered them a deal in return. I mean, he might have threatened that the deal could be in jeopardy if they didn't, but he's not like giving them something to stay. They already had that.
Perhaps, but the key point here is to provide business incentives to stay home.
Absolutely.
That's the key point, and grow the American economy with more workers and better wages. That's just got to be the bottom line. We won't need inversions. We won't have to go to Ireland because we'll have a 15% tax rate.
Right.
It doesn't get any better than that.
What about Mnuchin as the Secretary of the Treasury and Wilbur Ross as the Secretary of Commerce?
Both good men. Both very good men. I know them both. I know Wilbur and Hillary Ross very, very well. Love them to death. Terrific people. Great businessman. I'm sure he'll create a new culture at the Commerce Department. Maybe he'll get around to a scalpel and take out about half of it, maybe 100% of it. I never figured out why we needed commerce. As far as Steve Mnuchin goes, I worked very closely with him. Steve Moore and I worked very closely with Steve Mnuchin on the economic and tax cut plan. He's first rate, absolutely. Supply-sider, pro-growth, and he'll do a good job at the Treasury Department.
Well, you talk about the economic plan, and of course the corporate rate is so much a part of that. But Goldman Sachs today said that almost every sector in our economy will benefit
Yes.
under the Trump presidency.
Yes.
You agree?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That's such a key point to understand. When you have across-the-board tax cuts, across-the-board reductions in the marginal tax rate on the extra dollar earned or the extra dollar of profit, it affects everybody. Everyone's a winner. There are no losers in this. None. Zero. And I notice these lefty press people are talking about, oh, my God, rich people will benefit. Well, first of all, why are we punishing success in America? Would you explain that to me? I thought America was the home of the brave, the land of the free, and if you do well and you're an entrepreneur, we love you. We love you, okay? We don't want you moving. Second of all, upper-end people are going to get a lower tax rate, but they're also going to lose a lot of their deductions. There are going to be strict limitations on these loopholes from K Street tax lawyers, and that's good. What you're saying here is we're going to cut the rates and simplify the code. We're going to broaden the base while we lower the rates. And actually, if anybody looks at Trump's plan, the middle-income people, in a growth sense, and a percentage sense of changing tax payments, do very well, almost as well as the upper bracket people. Yep. The upper bracket people always do better because it's a progressive tax code.
Absolutely.
We're the most progressive code in the world. So sure, they're going to get a cut. But mostly, it's the lower tax rate. You keep more of what you earn, and it is across the board for everybody. Hey, guess what? Democrats forgot to say that during the election.
Yeah.
That's why they got trounced.
No kidding. Very quickly, OPEC cutting a deal and limiting production, and the market's taking off today. What do you say?
I say the swing producer is the United States. OPEC is dead. I don't care what they do. Our oil and fracking of natural gas makes the United States the most important oil producer. And if the price goes up, you'll see all that fracking come back online. Supply will increase. The prices will be relatively stable. I don't care about OPEC. That is yesterday's news.
Gotcha. Larry Kudlow, great to talk to you, sir.
Thank you.
Great to introduce you when I filled in on WMAL on Saturday saying, stay tuned for the Larry Kudlow Show. All right, we'll see you soon, Larry. Milo is next, folks. Don't go away.